So franchisors have many, many different ways to begin to get you business immediately. The number one way is search engine optimization. So when you Google something on your phone today, it isn't just a miracle or by accident that companies come up. Companies pay to get number one or number two in the rankings, so that when you see one of them, you'll Google them, you'll call them, get an estimate, have them come out and do a job, and so forth. So in addition, there's national accounts, and there's a tremendous amount of different marketing because the franchisor offers, because getting your clients and customers is the critical point of when you're in business for yourself, what you need to do. So a franchisor is going to train you, first of all. The second thing they're going to do is when you come out of training, they're going to send a trainer out to go out and make calls with you, start to get accounts right away, get jobs right away. If you're going to have employees doing or contractors doing the work, they're going to help you find the right individuals and train them and go out on jobs with them, and then show you how to do the quality control and collect them, then do the billing and collections and so forth, because they want you to start making money right away. So you're getting trained, you're getting their standard operating procedures, you're getting their field training. But the other thing that you're getting is you're going to pay royalties, but you pay royalties because they're going to do the R&D. What they're going to do is they're going to add new products and services to stay ahead of the competition. And I guess the easiest example I could give you about that is look at the food industry. It used to be the food industry was predominantly lunch only. Then it moved to some dinner, and now it's moved to breakfast, so that all of the McDonald's and Burger Kings and Taco Bells, breakfast is now their biggest income stream. That was done to create more revenue for their franchisees. So having the franchisor add new products, add new services to stay ahead of the competition, keep up with the technology, at the same time acquire national accounts and stay up with search engine optimization. Those are all critical things that help people get clients right away to be able to make money. So basically, as a franchise consultant and a business coach, what I do is help you understand what your plan B is. Now, what do I mean by plan B? 75% of Americans today would like to be self-employed, would like to do something on their own. Only 5% are self-employed. Now, there's 23 million people that are self-employed, but why do people stay in corporate America or get a job that they don't like, or they're not making enough money and so forth? It's because they don't understand what's out there. So you need a plan B. Now, what I mean by that is when people come to me, what I do is sit down with my clients and I go through hundreds of criteria that are important to you. At the end of the day, it's what you enjoy doing every day. It's all your transferable skills and strengths. It's all the things that interest you, along with lifestyle you want, money you want to make, and so forth. And then I give you a bunch of ideas of things that I think are going to interest you, that you simply want to learn more about. And at that point, you start a process, which, by the way, this process takes 3 to 4 months of talking to franchisors and franchisees and visits. And then once my clients find the right opportunity, they can decide if they want to do something now, in 6 months or a year, or never. But you have a plan B. Now, through that process, you will really be able to understand if you'll enjoy doing it every day. You'll understand how much money you can make, how fast. And, we'll look at demographics. We'll look at competitive analysis. We'll look at all kinds of different things. But you're going to have a plan B. Now, once you find the right opportunity, the next problem, so to speak, is you have to find the right way to finance it. Now, that used to be a problem because you have to pay yourself through the first 3 months or 6 months or whatever your startup period is. And, there is a franchise fee and you go to training and so forth. And it used to be that, people had to use home equity. They had to use savings. They had to maybe use their IRAs, which you can do without paying penalties and taxes. But a year ago, our government got together with the Small Business Administration and came up with a program called a low documentation loan that allowed people to get into business for themselves. Now, in the past, if you wanted an SBA loan, Small Business Administration loan, you had to put down 25% in cash, and you had to pledge assets like equity in your house for the majority of that loan. So if you wanted $100,000, you had to put down 25,000 in cash and had to pledge assets for 75,000. And very few people can do that or want to do that. The new SBA loan, you can get up to $150,000 from the government to go into business for yourself. It is no money down. There is no pledge of assets. There is a 10-year amortization, and there's no prepayment penalties. At the same time, the beauty of that is all you need is a credit score above 680, and you can't have any suits and collections and bankruptcies. So that allows you to go into business for yourself and pay yourself through the startup, which is a phenomenal new program, which 75% of my clients today are utilizing. So that's a wonderful program that our government put in place in March of last year. So really the main thing that I always say to my clients or anybody listening to this show or anybody I talk to, just meet with me and learn what's out there. My number is 423-875-5621, and my services are free. Now, it's not because it's too good to be true, but because I get paid like a headhunter. The franchisors compensate me, but we guarantee you in writing what we receive, you never pay in any way for any reason. So basically, there's no cost or risk or obligation for me to help you learn what's out there and establish a plan B in your life. And we know that today the employment market is volatile. I mean, we see that there's 250 or 300,000 jobs being created every month. But, it's interesting that just like last month, 280,000 jobs were created. What you aren't being told is we need to create 250,000 jobs a month just to keep up with with kids graduating from college and other changes in the demographics or people reentering the workforce and so forth. But it's interesting that there's 155,000 people in the workforce, so to speak, eligible workers, but our labor participation rate is only 62.8%. And the employment to population ratio is 59.4%. And most people aren't realizing that last month was a pretty typical month. There was 5.4 million hires, and there was 5.1 million separations where people have left their job, quit their job, or so forth. Now, why did that happen? It happened because companies are always downsizing, right-sizing, capsizing. Locally, we see literally every day that companies are letting people go or going out of business. Other people are adding employees, and that's just the ebb and flow of business. At the same time, you have a situation that people are going into business for themselves, and when they do, they're creating jobs. Now, that's an interesting dilemma, simply because today, who is the job creators? The job creators are small businesses, people with 50 or less employees, companies with 50 or less employees. They're creating 91% of the jobs in America today. And what happened, though, in 2008 and 2009, when we lost over 10 million jobs, a lot of people couldn't get jobs. So they took jobs that were way beneath their skill levels, way beyond below their income needs. And, if somebody was making $80,000 a year, they took a job at 30 just to be able to have something, a paycheck of some kind coming in. Now people are moving to take jobs at a little higher wage, a little bit better benefit. But the problem we have today is we do have 28.5 million people working part-time and 6.5 million people working multiple part-time jobs. Now, that's a big concern to the Fed. The Fed today is really concerned about that number because so many companies today, instead of hiring a full-time employee, what they're doing is they are adding part-time people, contract employees, temps. The temp industry right now is one of the best industries that are out there because companies want to hire temps. We have a lot of companies that right here in Chattanooga, we have Volkswagen and we have Amazon and other companies where you cannot go to work for them full time without going through a temp agency. And at the end of 90 days, they decide to hire you or let you go. And so, that industry is flourishing. but we have so many people working part-time today just to survive. And we are definitely in an environment of what they call how to survive and thrive. And that's really what I help my clients do. How do you survive and thrive in this economy and in this job market? The first part of that is you have to have a plan B. You have to learn what's out there. So many people, when they get together, say, oh, I wish I could do something on my own. I wish I knew what was out there. What's the kind of thing that would be right for me if I want to do something on my own? It's the hardest thing you could ever think about doing. When the company that I was running got sold and merged, I ran an apparel company that myself and my management team built at $250 million. It got sold, it got merged, and I was in the same situation. What am I going to do? And because I knew that I didn't want to move somewhere where I didn't want to live, and I didn't want to move to Los Angeles or Miami or New York, and I wanted to stay in Chattanooga. And I had the same kind of feelings about what's out there that I could do that I would enjoy doing. And that's what led me down the franchise path and being buying a franchise, becoming a franchise consultant and a business coach, of helping people into business for themselves. The other issue we have is we have many baby boomers that are flocking to entrepreneurship. Why is this happening? Because in 2008 and 2009, the over 50 male and female were let go from higher paying positions, and they were let go from higher paying positions, and they were replaced with kids coming out of college or younger people in their 20s and 30s, because they were paid less, they get less benefits and so forth. And so if people get let go in their early 50s, then that is a real dilemma and a real problem. In fact, today, what's being said is the over 55 male or female is the new unemployable. Now, that's a sad situation, because the over 55 male and female has great experience, great transferable skills. But at the same time, since you have those skills and strengths, they are transferable into anything else you go into that I can show you. So my clients that are over 50, that have got let go in corporate America, or they're just simply not making enough money, can understand what's out there that fits their transferable skills and strengths, let alone what they enjoy doing every day. And one of the things that most people don't realize is when you go into business for yourself, there's substantial tax breaks. At the same time, there's an equity build. The easiest way to say that is that you have a 10-year franchise agreement, and you pay a one-time franchise fee. And what you do at that point in that agreement is you have the right to renew it for 10 years for just a small sum, or anytime through that agreement, you have the right to sell it for the equity build. I had a client that went into business 5.5 years ago, paid a little under $60,000 for his total franchise fee and startup. And he called me up about 3 months ago and said, "Hey, Bruce, I would like to sell the business and retire." Well, he was making $389,000 a year in pre-tax profit, and he just sold the business for $1.25 million. So, people don't understand that in the franchise world, there's an equity build, and that can be your retirement. That can be your IRA. That can be your whole retirement plan. So baby boomers are definitely flocking to entrepreneurship because they want to do something on their own. They want to use their transferable skills and strengths, but they also want a lifestyle, but they want an equity build, the tax breaks, and be able to make more money than they're currently locked into in corporate America. So the other problem today is over 60% of Americans are being forced to retire ahead of plan. Now, that's a pretty ugly number, quite frankly. And we're seeing many companies here in Chattanooga, along with every other city across the United States, where you hear a major company is offering early retirement. It was just one of our local colleges, early retirement was just offered to a series of professors. So early retirement is being forced upon people. And today, if somebody's in their late 50s, early mid 60s, what are you going to do with yourself? And that's the other thing that happens is that a lot of my clients come to me because they have retired, either because they want to or forced to, and they want to do something part-time, stay busy, make incremental income, do something they enjoy. And at that point, I help them look at opportunities that can fit that criteria, so they don't have to just figure out how many rounds of golf they're going to play each week or where they're going to go, because at some point, retirement's great, but it's not for everybody. So that's something to consider also if you want to do something part-time or even passively. If people can keep their job and do something passively while they keep their job. So there's a lot of different opportunities out there that I help my clients look at. So at this point, you're listening to 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. We're going to take a short break and be back in just a minute.
This is the modern world. What kind of fool do you think I am? Just think I know nothing of my...
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Start again.
Hi, this is your computer speaking. I don't feel so well. It's like I've come down with a bug, and I'm getting slower.
Affordable Computers. We fix sick computers. Your hometown guys at Affordable Computers will repair your PC in half the time of the big boys at an affordable price. No tricks, no gimmicks, no computer speak technobabble. Just good, quick, and courteous affordable service and repairs. Want to affordably supercharge your PC? Affordable Computers on Highway 58. Affordable Computers hand builds all desktops in-house. If you're looking for a better than new refurb laptop, $150 will get you a Dell or another name brand at Affordable Computers. Affordable Computers, Highway 58, between Arby's and Taco Bell. Also Fort O, Battlefield Parkway near Holcomb's. Affordable Computers, we service what we sell. Call 499-1975. That's 499-1975.
Wow, this is amazing. I'm feeling great. Supercharged.
Do you feel better outside your home or business than in? Indoor air quality is important. Mildew, mold, smoke, water, and rodent damage are prime causes of poor indoor air quality. Ducts, Indoor Air Professionals, better known as Duct Busters, cleans HVAC systems using 127 definable Duct Busters steps. Let Mark Thompson address the indoor air quality at your business to help reduce employee illnesses. Prevent fires by cleaning your dryer vents. Mark and his parents, Dick and Joan Thompson, have been building our local economy and helping local people with HVAC systems 16 years. Ducts, Indoor Air Professionals. Call 876-9907. 876-9907. Ducks. Call now.
We've got a table here at Delia's in Saudi Daisy, ready to delight in a plate of authentic Mexican food. Delia's spreads a rich selection: loaded nachos, crazy chicken, homemade tamales, maybe the enchiladas with beef, chicken, pork, quesadillas. Every dish beautifully pictured on the menu to help us decide. Join us for lunch or dinner. We're at Delia's in Saudi Daisy on Dayton Pike near the Thrasher Light. Here's dinner. Delia's uses the freshest ingredients, cooked to perfection. Nachos, homemade. Delia's open every day except the Lord's Day. For lunch and dinner, treat yourself to Delia's genuine Mexican food. In Saudi, call 521-7145. That's 521-7145.
You love your hometown. Are you interested in free markets, in local economy? Do you hope that Chattanooga can survive the next meltdown, the next chain of disasters in the national economy? What's the best way to live out the ideals of self-government and self-determination? Join me, David Toulis, weekdays 1 to 3.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Love your neighbor, buy local.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Good morning. This is 1240 AM Hot News Talk Radio. And my name is Bruce Krebs. This is the Entrepreneur Hour. What we're talking about today is self-sufficiency. As I said earlier, 75% of Americans would like to do something on their own, be self-sufficient, and only 5% are. Why not? Why do those other 70% not do something on their own? It's really because you don't know what's out there. But it's also fear. It's fear of picking the wrong opportunity. It's fear of not getting financing. There's a lot of fear. Now, what I say about that is the only way to overcome fear is facts. What I'm going to help you do is learn about what's out there, so that you can decide what your plan B is in life, and learn about, if you want to do something on your own, what's out there. Now, my office number is 423-875-5621 for anybody that'd like to come in for a free assessment and kind of learn what's out there, learn what your plan B is. But I want to talk for just a minute about 5 steps to take to break free from your career frustrations. Now, a lot of people today in corporate America have severe career frustrations. And what does that mean? It could be that you don't like your job. You don't enjoy what you're doing. You don't like the hours you're being forced to work. You might not like your boss. You definitely might not like the income you're making or the benefit package that you have, whether it's health insurance or IRA or whatever it happens to be. So everybody suffers from some kind of career frustrations, and you really need to understand your options. So what we have today is a general public that is going through and becoming a victim of battered career syndrome. Now, you can either be proactive or you can be reactive, but you need to work through your frustrations in a very analytical way. And that's really what I help you do. Now, the first is you need to determine the root of the problem. All right. Do you feel you're being overworked? Do you travel too much? Are you underappreciated? Are you disengaged from your work? Are you not making enough money? Are you working in a team and you're outproducing the others, and you're all getting paid the same kind of situation and monies? But first of all, determine the root of the problem. Secondly, identify the change that needs to be made. Have your goals and priorities changed? Has the job or management in the industry have changed? That's a big issue, because in today's mergers and acquisitions, a lot of times you'll get a new boss that you don't like, or the new boss brings in their own management team, or if there's a merger, they bring in their people, and that can really make you feel very unsettled. You also have to determine, is there hope for you to become re-engaged? And, would speaking to your manager and vocalizing your frustrations help the situation at all? But the main thing that I've said is you need to understand your plan B. That is, if you decide to leave your job for whatever reason, what is out there, and definitely call me and I can help you do that. The other thing is, let your voice be heard. And what I mean by that is, in a politically correct way, once you've identified the change you'd like to be made, go to your boss, go to the higher ups, bring up your frustrations in a very politically correct way, and what your proposed change is for the betterment of the company and their employees. Now, there's a risk to that. They may not get on board. They may see you as a rebel, but most of the time, our bosses realize that we know what's going on in the trenches and we know what changes need to be made. The fourth thing to think about is make the change, meaning once your concerns, proposed changes have been heard, and a plan of action has been put together and your manager's on board, you will then be able to create a plan basically that will improve your situation. And of course, if your boss won't identify with that, won't go along with it, well, then of course you have to live with it and either leave or go do something on your own. But you can also, if you stay in your current situation, and you're going to continue to suffer from the battered career syndrome. So you need to find a new job, an alternate career, doing something on your own, but also understand that this is going to pull you out of your comfort zone. Our comfort zone for most Americans is going to work every day, getting a paycheck, dealing with frustration. On the other hand, you can do something on your own and alleviate those kinds of things. The last thing to think about, and we just talked about this, is seek outside help. Now, sometimes seeking a professional alternative career coach like myself can assist you in overcoming your career frustrations and helping you find what business is right for you, what's a plan B, and get you out of that stressful environment of in corporate America that is creating the stress in your life. The other thing that happens is you may be happy in your job, but you may look at, maybe you're 48 years old and you're making 60,000 a year and your wife is working, but you may have a situation where when you do the numbers between what your fixed expense is and sending kids through college and weddings and all the other things, what you want when you retire at 63 or 64, 65, it's just not going to get you to where you want to be. Now, in that case, when you sit down with a financial planner or you figure it out on your own, if you're not going to get to where you want to be in life, it's your life. You have to take control of your life. And as I've said, come and meet with me, establish your plan B, so that if you want to do something on your own, what are the kind of things that are out there that you can do, that you can enjoy doing, that you can make money, have the lifestyle you want, build the equity you want. Is it easy? No. Is it too good to be true? No. But, definitely the first couple of months are going to be difficult. But remember, the reason that I'm an advocate of franchising is because you're going to get that initial training. You're going to be receiving ongoing training and support. A franchisor is going to be there to help you get your initial accounts, help you get your crews, and start to make money right away. That is a very empowering thing. And I think you'll learn that situation is far different than anything you've thought about how to start a company and be totally lost in how to do all that. So the next thing to really think about is how do you uncover your primary aim? What I do as a franchise consultant and a business coach and actually an alternative career coach is help you develop your primary aim. Now, your primary aim is your innermost, most driving force. It's what gives you a sense of direction and purpose, and it motivates you to the highest level of energy and sustains you over the long haul. Your primary aim is the source of your vitality, your commitment, and your vision to get the most out of your life and career. So the problem is that most of us, almost all working male and females, aren't in touch with their primary aim. Now, it's simply because it's difficult to do that on your own, and you haven't taken the time to meet with someone who's going to help you identify that. And if you really think about it, you meet with a financial planner who's a professional to help you develop a financial plan. You meet with a CPA to do your taxes and give you advice on your taxes, or a lawyer for legal advice. I'm the same kind of professional, but I help you with what you're going to do the rest of your life if you want to become self-employed. So part of this process of identifying your primary aim is, first of all, you identify what you don't want. We begin by starting the process by creating a list of what you don't want any longer in your life. It could be the hours that you're working, staying connected with emails and text messages for 18 hours a day, whatever it is that is creating what you don't want in your life. You have to start there. The second thing is you have to recognize what you do want. And there again, writing down a plan of what you do want is extremely critical. What do you enjoy doing every day, as an example? What kind of lifestyle do you want? What kind of money would you like to make? Would you like a flexible schedule so you can go to your kids' athletic events? What are all the things that you want in your life in the remaining career that you're going to have? A lot of people, they may be 55 years old. They want to work hard, hit it hard till they're 63, and then go to 30 hours a week and then 20 hours a week, and maybe put a manager in place, and then, of course, sell the business. So those are all criteria that I'm going to make you think about. And then what you have to do then is set priorities and break barriers. And what I mean by that is, as you read through each item and we brainstorm through each of these steps, we're going to prioritize each one of those so that you're going to be able to understand how to overcome them or change them to make the changes in your life that you want to. So those are all very, very important things that you have to think about. But what we're really doing is assembling your primary aim. And technically this is a one sentence, one paragraph kind of essay that's going to be written, but it should really be about how do you feel energized, enthusiastic, committed, and just redoing it until it comes up with exactly what you want to determine what your primary aim is. So this is all part of what you do to realize, what do you enjoy doing every day? What do you want to do the rest of your life? What are your goals? So these are all important things that as a franchise consultant and a business coach that I help you think about. It's kind of like having a career coach, because that's technically what I am. It's going to help you understand what's out there. And again, my office number, if you'd like to talk, is 423-875-5621. Along the same kind of thing is most people think when they're over 50, we're going to have a tough time getting a job. Or when you're over 50, you're on the downside of your life. Well, actually, a lot has been written lately about why your primary earning years should begin at 50. And it's hardly a secret that Americans are postponing their retirement well into their late 60s now. It is because it's hard to go from 90 to nothing, meaning all of a sudden you've worked hard your whole life, and then at 63, 4 or 5, you just retire and you play golf and you sit around and you do social work or volunteer work or whatever. That's hard for a lot of people. But today, over 72% of Americans not only want to stay busy, but they want to earn incremental income. So they're not tapping the principal in their IRAs or their 401ks and retirement plans. So in that way, the issue is our retirement years for the most of us is going to outlast our income. So if you look at that, there is a lot of people that want to do something, as I mentioned before, something part-time. But when you're over 50, you definitely want to do something full-time. But we're going to put together a plan for what happens when you're 63 or 65, whether you're going to sell it, whether you're going to get a manager, whether you're going to be part-time or so forth, or if you want to just do something part-time, period, if you happen to be 60 or 65 or 70 or whatever your age happens to be. But there is a tremendous amount of opportunities for not only people over 50, but over 65. So those are definitely things that have to be thought about. So again, the main thing you need is a plan B. And, one of the things, going back to what I said earlier, is it's overwhelming. To try to figure out what you're going to do on your own is absolutely overwhelming. It's like trying to put together your own financial plan or trying to do your own taxes or something. Many times, for many of us, including me, is overwhelming. So when you look at 6,900 franchises in 115 industries, you have no idea who's good. And if you're on the internet, they all sound great. You look at the internet, they all sound wonderful. Many of them sound too good to be true. But I can tell you today, out of that 6,900 opportunities in 115 industries, there's probably only less than 40 I would show to my clients today because they don't fit certain criteria. 2008 and 2009 changed criteria, in my opinion, of things that any of my clients should look at. Why? Because today, things that you look at should not be affected by the economy. They should have little overhead or no overhead. You need repeat business, and particularly from a business-to-business standpoint, having a product or service that businesses use every 2 to 4 weeks gives you a great repeat business. And then you want a marketing program by the franchisor that's going to bring you the majority of your customers, because you don't want to be out there cold calling all day long, that's for sure. So you want a marketing program from the franchisor that's going to bring you a lot of business from day one. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about, because everybody asks me, like, well, what are you talking about, Bruce? What kind of numbers are you talking about that you can start to get right away? A franchise that a client just went into gets their average franchisees 60 leads, 60 quotes a month from their search engine optimization, national accounts, and so forth, 39.2% of them turn into jobs after they're quoted, and the average job is $2,100. Now, when you think about that, that can get you a substantial income that you've done nothing for, and because the franchisors developed that marketing program. At the same time, people will say, well, I'm going to get overwhelmed with phone calls. Well, that's another thing a franchisor, the newer progressive franchisors have done. They put in call centers. So your local number transfers to their call center, which 24/7, your phones are answered. Your calendars they have your calendars in front of them, and they schedule appointments for you to go out and give an estimate, as an example, or come in and meet and give them an estimate for the product and service that you have. If you really think about that, you're just going to get it. You're going to block your calendar for times you don't want to go out and make calls, and you get up in the morning and you know exactly what your day is going to look like. And from there, after you quote the job and give the estimate, of course, and you get the job, then you're just going to give a schedule to the contractors or workers that are working for you to go in and complete the job. You're going to go in and do the quality control, get a sign off from the homeowner, business owner, and get paid. So it's just, if you really think about it, most franchise opportunities that are in the service sector are really project management businesses. So from that point, you say, what's the cost? What is the cost? Well, before you look at cost, you have to make sure that the opportunities that you're going to look at fit your lifestyle, income, and equity bill goals. And with that said, though, there is a franchise fee. That's for an exclusive territory. You may get all of a county or two counties, or sometimes there's master rights where you get multiple counties. There's area development opportunities where you can open multiples. There's also regional development rights where you can actually buy the rights to a state, and every franchisee that buys a city or local area, you as the area developer get half the franchise fee and half the royalty, because you're there for their ongoing training and support. But you are going to have a franchise fee. You got your corporate setup. You go to training. You're going to have some initial marketing, and then you're going to pay yourself. If your fixed expense is $3,000 a month, and you think it's going to take you 3 months to start making money, well, I recommend you have at least 6 months or 7 months. But that's going to come up to a number, and that number in total is what you get an SBA loan for. As I said, the SBA loans are a wonderful vehicle today of using our government's money for 10 years, a 10-year amortization with no prepayment penalties. And so, the investment level is not 1.6 million for a McDonald's. Most of the opportunities that I'm showing my clients today are $50,000 to $70,000, including paying yourself for the first 4 to 6 months. But really, the franchise system is the king, and meaning their systems they developed have made them successful. And there's one franchisor I deal with as an example, has been in business for 70 years, and they just decided they wanted to franchise their business. So, when someone decides they want to franchise their business, they definitely have the ability to teach you their business and how to get clients and customers and do estimates and do billing, and also do the accounting through QuickBooks and so forth. So really, it gets into what is the right opportunity for you that fits what you enjoy doing every day. And like every relationship, whether it's personal or business, a franchise system is a partnership. It's an interdependent partnership, and it's win-win because for both parties. And what I mean by that is basically the more money that you make, the more royalties you pay, the more money the franchisor makes. And again, you're paying those royalties for their ongoing training and support, for their systems, for the R&D that they're doing, and of course, systems update. So you're getting their proven system and ongoing training and support, and you're going to pay royalties. So the franchisor has a vested interest in your success, because the more money you make, the more money they make. So that is the interdependent relationship of franchising, and why it's so so important and to both parties. So we talked a little earlier about baby boomers flocking to entrepreneurship. And again, I want to touch that again is today, 32% of baby boomers surveyed say they're choosing to start a business for themselves as it will allow them to be independent. In other words, have a flexible schedule, travel, work when they want to, where 27% say it will give them a chance to pursue other interests that they have a passion in. And money is also a factor. Nearly 25% of those in the survey said that a new business will allow them not to go into the principal of their IRAs, 401ks, and they'll be able to increase their retirement savings at the same time, have an equity build in their business and allow for a better retirement because they'll have more money to retire. But more than half of those surveyed said that the information relevant to growing a business and entrepreneurial training and education just aren't available in their communities. So that's why I encourage you to come to me. My name is Bruce Krebs with the Entrepreneur Source. I'm a franchise consultant and a business coach. You can come to me. I can help you understand all your criteria that's important to you, give you a lot of ideas and help you learn about them. And I can tell you, it takes 90 to 120 days to go through this process of talking to franchisors and franchisees and visits and looking at the competition and demographics. There's just so much that has to be looked at. But again, call me for a free assessment. There's no risk, cost, or obligation for me to help you. Just learn what's out there. So more than anything, if you're thinking about doing something on your own, or if you just want to understand your plan B, please call me. Again, my number is 423-875-5621. We're now going on a short break. This is Hot News Talk Radio. Enjoyed having you listen to my show today. Thank you very much.
This is the modern world. What kind of fool do you think I am? You think I know nothing of the
Are you tired of working in corporate America, or have you recently lost your job and would like to consider owning your own business? If you are, please call me, as I can help you look at franchises or business opportunities that fit you, the economy that we're in, and the type of businesses that are right in the greater Chattanooga area. After I help my clients find the right opportunity, I also help them find the best way to finance the business, including paying yourself through the startup phase. If you would like to learn more about opportunities that may be right for you, please call me for a free assessment. My name is Bruce Krebs at the Entrepreneur Source. Phone number is 423-875-5621.
Don't worry, just relax. You need a car? Come to Automax.
My wife and I keep the cost down. We sell a quality vehicle at a great price. Our overhead is low. I have no employees, so I can keep my costs down. In turn, the consumer gets a better price. Everything that I sell is emission ready. We really try to go the extra mile for our customer. I don't have to pay an employee commission. I don't have to pay somebody to come out here and wash my cars. You know, I do it all from buying to selling from A to Z. I don't have the overhead where I have to raise the price on my vehicle to cover costs. Here at Automax, you're going to guarantee that you get credit. As long as you're making those payments, you're going to build on your credit. Unlike the buy here, pay here's where they don't report to credit bureaus, we report to all three credit bureaus. The subprime lenders that we deal with, you don't have to have any credit, or you can have bad credit. You can even have a bankruptcy, a repossession.
Don't worry, just relax. You need a car? Come to Automax.
Automax, across from Central High on Highway 58 in Harrison. Automax, 643-2886. That's 643-2886. Go to automaxchat.com. That's automaxchat.com.
Surgery does not have to be financially painful. Hi, I'm Surgical Dr. David Red, and I'd like to invite you to my walk-in surgery clinic in North Shore. Quick Surge brings you immediate relief from moles, skin tags, maybe a laceration. Quick Surge. You walk in, fill out a mini form, I numb the area I'll treat, and before you know it, you're on your way home. Do I take insurance? No, because I take cash customers. I have super low and fixed prices, credit card, check, or cash. Uninsured, member of the working financially disadvantaged, choose Quick Surge. I publish prices online. No murk, just sunshine. Hassle-free, pain-free. Love the idea of a personal relationship with a doctor? Drop in with a nasty cut from work. Quick Surge, I'll take care of you. Quick Surge in the Public Center on the North Shore. No insurance hassles with Quick Surge. The national medical system is dysfunctional, overpriced, very alienating. I'm part of the solution, and so are you. Come on home. Quicksurge.com. QUIKSURG. Relief.
Are you calling me Yeller? Them's is fighting words.
Being called yellow, not a compliment. Yellow, the international symbol for caution. Yellow. You certainly wouldn't want to eat yellow snow. Yuck. We typically avoid yellow. So why would you put your hard-earned money into an outdated, expensive, slower yellow page? Or even trust their advice? Especially when your hard-earned advertising dollars could go much further, earning you greater profits, using the multifaceted resources and expertise of Chattanooga Web Services. You want real results for your advertising dollars. The local Chattanooga media experts, Chattanooga Web Services, will help your business grow, utilizing diversified media resources. That's affordable to you, whether it involves the internet's World Wide Web, video, audio, or modern-day print. So don't get sucked into the yellow folks trying to upsell you into spending even more money as it ventures into a territory unfamiliar to them, the internet. Call Chattanooga Web Services, 424-3373. That's 424-3373. Or go to ChattanoogaWebServices.com, ChattanoogaWebServices.com.
When my brother and I opened the first Jets Pizza, we believed if we made the best pizza, customers would find us. So we made fresh dough each day, used fresh toppings, and premium mozzarella cheese. 300 plus stores later, we still do.
Try Jet's famous 8-corner pizza with premium mozzarella cheese and one topping, now just $11.99 for a limited time only. Jet's Pizza, the best pizza in town. 3600 Hickson Pike.
Life is short. Eat better pizza.
Let's get Jets.
You do not have to be living with constant pain. You need to make the choice today to enjoy a revitalized body. You deserve to live a better pain-free life. And Dr. Ross can help. At Ross Chiropractic, failure is not an option. For over 40 years, Dr. Ross, a graduate of the prestigious Palmer College of Chiropractic, prided himself in helping and healing. The Ross method of chiropractic care is unique in developing a treatment designed just for you. And Ross Chiropractic makes this promise to you. If he believes that he can't help relieve your pain, he will guide you to another health practitioner to assist you. Feel better now. You owe it to yourself. You really do. Call Dr. Ross now at 954-9591. That's 954-9591. And visit Dr. Ross at 7405 Shallowford Road, Suite 320. Ross Chiropractic, helping your body heal itself. Because when your spine's in line, you will feel fine. Call 954-9591. That's 954-9591 for Ross Chiropractic.
If you have the DTs, the shakes, because your phone is on the fritz, you have nomophobia. You need help. Your telecom doctor is in. Cell Surgeon at Northgate Mall. Cell Surgeon yanks open the ribcage of your phone, pries out the dead heart, and puts in the beating life that you lead on your cell phone. Broken screen, phone not charging, water damage, battery given out? Cell Surgeon at Northgate Mall next to Old Chicago Pizza. Check us out on Facebook. Open Sunday. Cell Surgeon. We bring your phone back to life. If you have the DTs, the shakes, because your phone is on the fritz, you have nomophobia. You need help.